Hey, folks, what's up? Look, we've got a lot to talk about. First episode of the year.
Mhm.
2026 is here, Robert. I mean, there's a lot that's going to be happening in this year
We made it.
on
Wow.
a hot wing and a prayer. I tell you, brother, that's
Exactly.
jeez.
Lemon pepper.
Either wet or dry, don't make a difference, man. We made it. We
Yeah.
here. All right, so we've got a lot to talk about. We've got some events that are going to be coming up in the next couple of months. We've got new comics to talk about. A series that's been out for a bit, which is just phenomenal and is by one of, like I said, the creators, one of last year's creatives of the year. Honestly, phenomenal stuff. And a comic I randomly found on Global Comics, which is one of the reasons why I love just going on there. Aside from the fact that they use the stuff that I say continuously for their media. I'm burning bridges, man. I'm done. I'm burning villages, man. I'm done. All right. So Robert, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, man. Let's light this up. Oh, folks, let's have some fun. Let's go. Hey, folks, what's up? And welcome to another episode of TBA News, the comics culture portion of the channel slash network.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that again. Because I don't have $1 million. Presented by the Hungry Bleak channel. As always, I am Antonio Pomares, aka the Hungry Bleak, the hungriest man in the room.
And I am Rob, the writer, co-host of this esteemed podcast.
Whew, Robert, happy New Year to you.
Happy
Thank
New
you
Year.
for being here again. There's a lot that's going to be going on, so let's jump right into it. I mean, let's just go into it, and let's start with a very prestigious award show.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have the Glyph Comics Awards. This is a celebration of Black comic books. Sorry, Dave Chappelle.
That was the first thing I had to stop myself. I was like,
It was a poor imitation from the skit, but um, it's a
thank
Glyph
you.
Comics Awards are if y'all haven't turned yet, they are an awards that are held at the East Coast Black Age of Comics Convention, held in Philadelphia. I think it's in April or May of this year normally. And again, I can confirm, but as it says, the Glyph Comics Awards recognizes the best in comics made by, for, and about people of color from the preceding calendar year. While it is not exclusive to Black creators, it does strive to honor those who have made the greatest contributions to the comics medium in terms of both critical and commercial impact. And there, I mean, what do you call it? Like a murderer's row of creators who have like been nominated or have won this award in a variety of categories. So we have Story of the Year, Best Cover, Best Writer, Best Artist, Rising Star, Best Male Character, Best Female Character, Best Comic Strip, Web Comic, and Glyph, the Fan Award. And what's really amazing about this is that like it says, it celebrates Black comic books, and a lot of Black indie comic books get featured with this award, and it's just a way to acknowledge I always say, the blood, sweat, toil, and tears that us creatives put behind the work that we do. And ECBOC, which is short for the convention, East Coast Black Age of Comic Convention. This has been going strong for, I want to say, 20 plus years now, if I'm doing the math right. Now, I don't know if the Glyphs have run for that long, but I know that ECBOC has been around for a minute, and it's one of the preeminent, if not one of the first few Black focused comic book conventions in the world, I'll say. So this is a pretty big award, and the submissions are actually open for creatives or creators to submit their work up until the 31st of January. So there's a separate. So if you go to the Glyph Comics Awards website or the ECBOC website, there are links where you can go and submit the. And actually, I can share it here. Go and submit your work. And the other cool thing is if you have for the fan award, you can submit as a fan. That work that you would want to be considered. So, and actually, I think you can vote. And for the fan award. So, a variety of different options. It is something that I suggest that creators do. Just to kind of put your work out there, have it be considered. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is it's a pretty prestigious award, and it's, like I said, it's a celebration of Black folks in comic books, and it's something that I think Xbox has done for the community for a minute, and I love it. So, but the Glyph Comics Awards, if you are a writer, artist, publisher, letterer, just all around, just go and check out the submission qualifications, and get your submittal in there before January 31st. So yeah.
Yeah, I will see this come up. I'll be honest with you. The thing I love the most about this is the fact that you can write in.
Yeah.
Because I know the comics that I think are phenomenal and everything probably are not getting that might not be on the list. So I just write it in. Every year I write in a comic that I'm like, this was an incredible comic. I don't know why y'all didn't. So I always love that fact of being able to submit in, like a fan favorites or
Yeah.
what have you. Even if it means that me putting that name in there, that comic gets one person to see it, or I should say the cast of judges or whatever, however the process goes, sees it. Hopefully they'll go out buy it, or they'll tell somebody about, or something like to get it out there. Anything I can do to put your name out there in any way, shape, or form, because I think your work doesn't deserve. Because I don't like to say deserve. You earned it with your blood, sweat, tears, your time, your skill, your effort, your knowledge, your everything that you did. I'm gonna put your name out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm always a fan of stuff like that, of writing things in, like, like as far as voting, that's always a favorite of mine. So yeah, I didn't realize it's been going on that long. But then again, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it has been. It hasn't been like 5 years. It's been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
Where it's become like this fixed point in time for us. So yeah, awesome. So the Glyph coming up, submission is still open. So that's awesome. Another one that's going to be coming up is the Subsume Summit, which is the wonderful thing from Subsume Studios, from our great friend of the show, amazing creative, Time Lord himself, Dedra Steed. I make that joke every time, but I swear, if I look, I swear that man's hat is the TARDIS. You say whatever you want, that man's hat is the TARDIS. He don't even need a sonic screwdriver. I'm telling you right now, he's a Time Lord. You may not understand it, but I seen a picture of him as a samurai. I'm just saying. So yeah, so this is going to be coming up. This is a virtual event. It's great, and it's going to be in February 5th through February 8th, I believe, are the dates. This is a great, incredible event. Subsume is always out there talking about like a lot of creative as far as like the Black geek community, not just like as far as comics and novels, but also tech as well, gaming, anything like in those circles. So I always love the fact that we have that voice, not just comics, because obviously I do talk a lot about comics. Comics are my bread and butter, but there are other areas that I do like to speak about. I'm not as much of a tech person, truthfully. I leave that more to Jabba, because she just actually like built a damn computer, which I think is awesome.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So I love something. So when I hear something about tech, it always does make my ears perk up. I want to listen and see what's happening, but I'm not going to understand everything that's there. I'll be honest with you. But I just love to know about some of the innovations that are happening, whether it's in gaming, whether it's digital platforms for comics, things like that. So the great thing about this event is that there are panels. where various topics again across a geek culture, whether it's novels, or movies, TV, tech, what have you, gaming. I always love this. I've been a part of this event 2 or 3 times, maybe. I can't remember which. I know it was a lot. Time really doesn't really mean anything anymore. Time is very weird right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think this is a beautiful thing to have, and again, for it to be an event that you can go to. You can sit and watch it on your laptop, your phone, your computer, your smart TV, if you're able to link up with it. I think it's a great thing. And like I said, while you're there, you'll see so many different panels, but you'll also see Subsume also has its own line of comics. There's a, um, a graphic novel. They've got some teas. You know, I love a good tea. They've got totes when you go grocery shopping, folks, because we got to use reusable bags, right? Of course. So this is a big event. Absolutely love it. This is coming up in February. Like I said, February 5th through the 8th. Go and check it out. Just check out the Subsume website. I don't think they've uploaded the information for it just yet, as far as like the ticketing and everything. But hopefully will be soon. Check it out, get your tickets, and you will be in there like swimwear. When was the last time you heard that? That is crazy. That doesn't even make any sense. As always, Dedrin.
And the myth,
Uh,
the legend.
I mean, look, the Time Lord himself. Look, yes, the Time Lord himself. Look, this man's a Time Lord. I don't care what y'all say. I will be validated. I will be validated.
Just hop back into the TARDIS. He going to the SWATs now.
look, that's it. Yeah. So look, we're honored by your event, obviously. Yeah, just dropping the website. Okay, so it's blackfuturesmonth.com to support all month long. Yes, all month long, because I mean, we got the month where people are spotlighted and showcased, but I'm talking about 365 days a year. I mean, it's
Yeah.
always about us, you know, for us, by us, always, every day. So yes, thank you very much, Dad. We truly appreciate you and your event. It's a beautiful thing, man. Honestly, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's an event. We have a lot of beautiful things coming out in the next few months. Beginning of the year, so we've got that going on. Got another one on Stars, which I know Robert was a recipient of a really great deal when they had it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real with you. I got that deal last year. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, okay. So yeah, so you want to talk about the Nowhere Man on Stars?
Yes, the Nowhere Man. There's a new series coming out on Stars this Friday, January 16th, and it's it looks action packed. It's like an action packed espionage thriller. I think I mentioned to some friends that I just finished up watching Shadow Force, right?
Yes.
And it was like Black folks central to just this action story. So this is kind of in that same vein. But the story focuses on, it says, a traumatized ex-soldier is drawn back into the world of violence when he witnesses a home invasion and has no choice but to intervene. And the series, and please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing the names, but it's Bunko Koza. I think he's the lead. And for fans of the Power universe, Naturi Naughton Lewis
Yes.
to play Tasha
Yes.
on Power, and then I think she's also on Power Ghost,
Yes.
which is this one of the spinoffs of the main series.
Mhm.
And I'm a big fan of her work in that series. I haven't seen her in anything else, but she held it down in Power. So when I got the Stars, the really good deal on the Stars subscription, this was one of the titles that popped up, and I saw the preview for it, and it just looked like something that that I always want. I want to see Black folks central to a really kick butt looking action series, TV action series. So it has kind of a vibe of like Bourne, a little bit of Mission Impossible, but mainly um, the action of something like if you're thinking about TV, something like 24, but then also like film, I'm thinking about something like more so like what's John Wick, so that type of like action where it's not as flashy and it's more gritty, and it kind of gets in your face. So I highly recommend going to check out the trailer for this, and if you have Stars, to add it to your watch list. And it's set in South Africa, which is really cool. I know there was a series on Netflix a couple years ago where it was set in South Africa, and it was about a spy agency in that country, and I can't remember the name of it, but
Queen Sono.
okay, there you go. So I want more of this. And one thing I will say about Stars is that they have a lot of like black content on there. I mean, to be honest with you, I've said this before, Power is like that. The Power universe is the main series for Stars. That's what Stars is becoming known for, at least for that series. So I want to see more genre stuff like things like this added to that, to that platform. So like I said, I'm excited about it. It looks good. It's an action-packed, at least for us, international, action espionage series. And I'll definitely be adding it to the mix, so definitely check out the Nowhere Man. Black folks kicking butt. What more could you ask for? So.
Oh yeah, thank you for letting me know about it, because I wasn't sure what's coming out. Because I know there's a few things coming out, because we've got Crosses coming out as well.
Starfleet Academy.
Starfleet Academy
Yeah.
and Nowhere Man, which is awesome because I have Stars right now. So this is awesome to see. And yeah, I love the South African shows with like the action packed stuff.
Yeah.
Is crazy. So yeah, I'll definitely be checking this out. And that is Nowhere Man, January 16th. Yeah, I'm just excited to watch like this stuff and just be home and like not out. Honest with you. It's very fun. Something else that's incredibly fun is Virtuous Con. It will be returning on February 21st and 22nd. This is another virtual event where this is pretty much like a con. It's very innovative in the fact that it will have panels, but it also has a virtual like sales floor where you can go to different booths, speak to creatives, buy their work as well, ask some questions about their work. It's literally like going to a con, but you are in your home. The thing I love about this is that the founder, Cerise Rennie Murphy, it's founded by a Black woman, who was also an award-winning author, and best-selling author as well. I also love the fact that it's so, and this will sound weird, but for a virtual event, it's very intimate because I've spoken to people at their tables in the booths while I've been on my couch on my laptop. And it has a very, just familiarity to it. I know I didn't say that word wrong, and I don't care. My tongue did not want to cooperate with me on that one, but it has that beauty to it because if you've been to cons and you've gone to tables and you've talked to people and you've checked out their work and everything, you have the ability to do that here as well virtually. One of the big things as well is every year there's different art, which I absolutely love. And there's also a different theme every year. The theme for this year is resistance. I think we all know why resistance is such an important thing this year as well, which is what I love. So I think that's a perfect thing for Virtuous Con to return and for it to not be here last year, but then for it to be here this year. And then for the theme right off the bat to be resistance. And then you have the artwork of this beautiful Black being with the fro, and you have the words community, protect, joy, the things that sometimes we forget in our own community and culture. But this is a great event to go to be able to chill, to speak to them, to go to panels. The panels are really cool too. I've actually sat in on one of them. I moderated one. I think when the pandemic first started, I moderated one, which was cool. It's just a really great event, and tickets are on sale now for them. They're also still taking vendor applications and panel submissions as well. So if you have an idea for a panel, or if you have a vendor that wants to go, please hit the page and check it out. They've announced some of their guests. They've got David F. Walker. They've got Anika Noni Rose, Stephanie Williams. And they have just an incredible list of people going on. I know TJ Sterling is going to be here. I haven't run down the entire list, but just look at all the melanin in it. The melanin in the room.
It's stacked. I'll be there.
I got to be there. Dude, Cheyenne from the Black Comic Book Show, which is incredible situational like mockumentary comedy, the comic shop. I mean, that was just one of the biggest things of the year. That was one of the biggest shows on a streaming service. YouTube's a streaming service. Shut the hell up. It's in there. I don't care what you say. So this is an incredible group of people. Robert's picture will be right here, there when it comes up. But yeah, I absolutely love this. A great event for people who still maybe just don't want to go out. You can stay at home. You can chill. You can go brush your teeth, wash your face, sit down, relax, have a bowl of popcorn, or well, it's kind of early for popcorn. Maybe cereal. Maybe I don't know. You might be up all night and you want some popcorn. I don't know. I'm not going to judge you. But I love the fact that we have events like this where you can, we have events where you can go out. We can have ones where you can stay in, sit, chill, relax after a hard week. Maybe have your family around, talking to them, and be able to have those really cool conversations with creatives. So yeah, this is an awesome one. So like I said, Virtuous Con returns February 21st and 22nd on your computer, wherever you're sitting at, obviously. Awesome one.
Yeah, I'm hyped. It's been a minute since I've been, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's great because I always love going around and I love seeing everyone's table, like their tables and everything. And I just go, this is just such a cool thing. And it's just seeing everybody there. It's just awesome. So yeah, it's great. Speaking of Stephanie Williams, I had to rewind that back a little bit as Robert's going to talk about this time travel incredible comic book, Temporal.
Yeah, I think so. Temporal, the series, the first 3 issues have been released, and I will I'll say that I don't want to say late to the game, but I got I mentioned we mentioned Global Comics. It seems like we are shilling for them. We are not. We just love their service. It's really it's a good digital comic book service, and this was one of the first titles that I added to my list. So I went through, read issues 1 through 3, and the series is it's a time travel adventure and focuses on as it says, once upon a time, Savannah and Marcus were the most skilled temporal thieves in the business, slipping through history to acquire rare artifacts. That was before they settled down, had a son, and built a life together. 10 years later, as their son Harper celebrates his birthday, Savannah questions whether suburban bliss is enough, and when Harper's disappointment over replica gaming console trigger memories of her former life, Savannah makes a decision that could jeopardize everything she and Marcus have built. So I don't want to give much more than that. I was wondering if there's a way I can show the artwork. And I'm trying to think of the best way without spoiling anything about the stories. Okay, first and foremost, I love the series. I love the series. I am Antonio will tell you this. I am a huge sci-fi head. I love science fiction, and one of my favorite trilogies of all time is Back to the Future. And the idea of time travel just as a adventure, kind of a style of adventure that you could have, is the journey is always kind of a big thing to me. And what I think Miss Williams or Stephanie, I always feel like weird, sometimes saying like somebody's first name, but what I think that Williams does in this is captures the fun and adventure of time travel, but then also balances that with there are these family dynamics that are brought into play. And when I say that, one of the things that I don't think that we've seen a lot of when it comes to the topic of time travel and science fiction are Black families. And there's this thing of seeing our main character, Savannah, basically kind of going through, like, she loves her husband, she loves the career that she has, she loves her son, and I enjoy seeing that so much in a huge story like this. So that's central and that's core. But what I think also works is how Savannah is like, is this enough? Is this enough for me? And do I want to go back to what I was doing before as a let's say a retrieval specialist, because that also, as much as my family enriches my life, I really love the hell out of this. So they're seeing a black woman because normally, and I'm just going to be real, when you see these types of like, stories about like, should I get back into the game? It's always a white male. Let's just be real. It's always like a straight white male. And seeing um, a black woman who is a mother, who is an expert in her field, who is a wife, and just overall just a person, a really well fleshed out character was like stood out for me in a big way. So seeing black folks at the lead of this time spanning story is huge for me. I love, like I said, that we're at the center of this high adventure, and dealing with this question of like, is life enough? And then with added to that, there are secret societies, right? So you have, there's a lot going on within these first 3 issues, but when I say that, it's not like it's this unwieldy mess. It ain't that at all. Like, this is perfectly plotted. The artwork is on point. The storytelling just works. And I came away from it like enjoying it a lot. And like I said, these are just the first 3 issues. So, and also when I got to the second issue, there was a shout out to the south suburbs of Chicago. When I saw mention of Dalton, Illinois, I was like, that's where I was born. And I mean, that's where I was raised. I was born in Hyde Park, south side of Chicago. But the fact that Williams shows love to, and I'm assuming this is an area that she's from, which a lot of people, when you think about Chicago, you think about like downtown, you think about the city, but the south suburbs, I think is like so big in my life that to see that mentioned in a comic book about time travel with black folks was huge. And I think there's a variation, there's a mall. I'd have to get the second issue, but I was so hyped about it that I linked Stephanie to a post about this, and she said, I'm glad that somebody from the south suburbs picked up on that. So all in all, these first 3 issues are great. I shout out to the creative team of I just want to make sure Stephanie Williams, author, creator, illustrator, Asia Fulmore. The artwork on this pops like in a really good way. Colorist DJ Chavez, letterer Becca Carey, and I don't have the editor in front of me, but just to give you and just to kind of show you another just some artwork from the next issue. But all that said, I'm a big fan of the series. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more. And I know that Stephanie has done awesome work with DC and Marvel and other publishers, but this just kind of hit in such a way that made me like very excited to read comic books. So that's my mini review of the first 3 issues. And if you haven't, go out and pick it up in digital, physical, and just give it a shot. But it's a really, really good story, and I'm very interested to see where it goes, or I'm hyped to see where it goes.
It was one of my favorites. I got to speak to Stephanie New York Comic Con. I was on the train, and I read the first issue because the first issue had just come out. The first issue of that and Roots of Madness had just come out, and I had the opportunity to read Temporal. And I read it on the train, and I was like, all right, bet, cool. It was just superb, amazing, absolutely loved it. The whole vibe was just there, and to have it be time travel with black folks, because we always go, but we can only go back so far. Like, there's always that joke with us. I like the fact of how she's tackling it, having it be a retrieval special, someone who gets antique stuff. But I was mad when the antique stuff was like a Rubik's Cube. I was like, that hurt my feelings, because
Yeah.
That made me feel old, but then I realized, all right, bet. But it was just so cool. One of the things I loved most about it was the cookout in the first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, issue. It felt like I was walking into a cookout. I felt welcomed. I felt like it was home. And that's when I said, this is a comic that is just us.
Yeah.
If I can get that feeling from just reading a comic, like I felt like I was actually stepping off the steps and I was stepping into the backyard. I love that feeling. It just felt there. And the action is great. The idea is on point. Everything about this is clicking. There is no wasted motion. There is no fat on this at all. It is just everything lean, meat, just everything. I'm hungry. Everything is just there. And the covers are absolutely
That's what I was going to mention.
breathtaking.
Torrin Clark. Yeah.
Just breathtaking. So yeah, this is one. I'm glad that you brought this one up because I had loved it. Something else that you said, which was very important, and I loved that you said it. You said she's an expert in her field.
Yes.
You said she was a wife and she is a mother, but you didn't stop there. What most people would say, you said she was an expert in her field. You said she was an expert in her field. Let me say it one more again for y'all who don't understand it, because I'm not going to explain why that's such an important thing to say about a Black woman. She was an expert in her field.
So much so that people are trying to get her back in the game. Like that. That's the thing that a lot of stuff stands out to me, but it was just, I was that stood, that in particular. So I was, I love this. I loved it. And as a time travel fan, I need fans. I need y'all to support this. Go and pick it up and read it and check it out.
Yeah. What I would also recommend doing is going to Mad Cave Studios website. They have a great bundle. I think it's like, it might equal maybe like $30 plus like something like that. You get all the digital issues. They will be released to you. They'll send them right to your email. And you'll also get the print trade when it's all collected and done, and it will be mailed to you. Somebody got that for me for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I talked about the comic and how much I liked it, and they were like, "Okay, well, but this is what I got you." And I got an email like that, like that night or the next day.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome. So if it's up to issue 3 now, so you'll get those 3 issues in your email, and when they drop, same day they drop, you'll get it in your email. I'm all about getting stuff from indie Black creatives now. I mean, I was before, but now I'm even more intent on it. Those PDFs, so you have them.
Yeah.
So somebody can't shut something down and go, "Oh, well, you just had, the license." You don't actually get the comic. This is my Paul Mooney face, just because we know how that goes. Because y'all like to take stuff. Now I'm getting into Little Richard, my Paul. But yeah, this is amazing. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the bundle right there.
Yeah.
I would love like 3 arcs for this series.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stephanie also, because she wrote, I believe it was 29 and 30 of Wonder Woman, which will be out, I think, next week. That's why she was one of my creatives of the year last year. Her and James Tynion. Amazing. Outstanding. So yes, Temporal. Yeah, it's just so awesome. And the last one for this episode is one that I found. Like I said, I'm always just looking around on stuff, either online or just sometimes I'll just go on like a Global Comics or a Neon Ichiban, and I'll just scroll and look and see what's being recommended to me depending on what I read. And I got this one. I hope I pronounced it right. I actually have to look on here as well to make sure. It's Amatakun. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. And this is from a company called Jaguna Media. This one was, again, out of nowhere, didn't know what it was looking for. I've been wanting to read more comics with were people, like werewolves, bears, jaguar, panther, anything like that. Just that whole thing is a vibe to me. Then next thing I know, I'm looking through and this one pops up. I think it's about 5 issues, possibly 4. Let me see how many are. It's 5 issues. This is it's a comic set in Africa, and it's about this young man who is kind of a brainwashed assassin, and he's part of this group, like this almost like a military group, where they send operatives out. But these operatives are were creatures, and our lead here is a were leopard, and they're called amatakuns, which were these warriors years ago. I Look, I don't know what to tell y'all, but absolutely get this. This was fun. I love, like, I've become like over the last few years since the pandemic, really, I've become to love more and more like uh African creators and writers of comics and
Mhm.
comics set in Africa. And there are a few out there that I gotta talk about some more, like older ones that I gotta bring on the show more. But this
Yeah.
one was dope. I absolutely loved the artwork as well. And as he's, they're under this compulsion by this group, this secret organization. There are a lot of secret organizations and societies in comics today, I guess. And so we see him having a nightmare, and he's waking up, and he's undercover in this kind of lab and facility. And this is set in Lagos, Nigeria, and it's almost like a Manchurian Candidate kind of a thing. I want to say
Okay.
like that, where he's awakened and he starts realizing that something's wrong with him, but he doesn't know what. And he's starting to have these feral urges, and his senses are feeling heightened. He's able to actually almost like calm down and speak to like this tiger, which I don't know why you would have a tiger chained up in a plane like that. To I don't know. I'm not a veterinarian. I don't know. I'm not a pilot. I don't think that seems right, but it added to it. And how he was able to kind of calm him and soothe him with his aura farming, which I'm going to use that term. My back hurts saying that. I shouldn't even have said it. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what have you. But I love that fact of having it be this kind of almost sci-fi action militaristic kind of vibe set in Nigeria, but then having almost like this fantasy mythological being folklore added into it. I love that about us, how we can meld that into a lot of our work and give it, because we don't have a lot stories out there that will do that, but we're seeing more and more of them out there, which are coming. That's one of the things that I love about comics from Africa too, is that I mean, because that's where the story started. So they're feeding more into that, which I love, absolutely love. Over the course of the first issue, he begins to wake up from this compulsion, and he breaks free, and he wants to bring down this organization that has kind of ruined his life and that has made him go out there and be a killer. So he becomes almost like this vigilante trying to stop them by using his powers, but then also going up against others who have similar powers to him as well, being these were creatures. I had a great time with this. Art actually pops. I love the the colors. Colors are always so important to me, and how they can convey a mood and a feeling and an emotion, and it can even set a certain time of day to you for you as well.
Yeah.
The character designs are beautiful. I love seeing different hairstyles for us. I love it. I know at one point everybody was bald because nobody wanted to do hair. I get that. I know y'all was mad about the the um the Killmonger hairdo. I know y'all was mad about that. I don't know if y'all are still mad about that. I have no idea. But seeing different skin complexions, seeing different hairstyles, seeing
Yeah.
different heights and body types and facial hair is always so cool. And we always do our characters so well with this. There are even times in here where they'll use, I'm not sure what language it is from Africa, but they'll use certain words with that, which I also love as well. Throwing that in, it's almost like I'm reading a comic in there, and the character speaking Spanglish. I love that feeling. Sometimes I know a word, sometimes I don't, but I love seeing the asterisks and having the word there. It brings an authenticity to it. It brings something more to it, because a lot of times when I'm watching a show from Africa, they will be speaking English, but then they'll have some words of the of the dialect of that region, or where the character's from. They'll have it in the show as well while they're speaking. I have a friend who's from Philippines. He speaks Tagalog, but it'll be Tagalish because they'll be speaking Tagalog, then have like five words of English, then two sentences of a Tagalog. I love hearing that from people. Even though I don't know what they're saying, I love that feeling. It
Yeah.
feels home. it makes me realize that they're relaxed and they're trusting of me, I guess is the best way to say it, which I actually love of that. Seeing that in the comic brings it even more there. There is some violence, there is some blood, there are some swear words in this, so watch out if you're getting it for your kids. But I strongly recommend this comic. It's fun and it's cool, and sometimes you just want to see black folks turn into were creatures and fight, and it's in Africa. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying, sometimes you want that. A lot of our comics, we'll talk about, oh, it's great think piece, and it's this, and what they're saying about society, and this, and look, sometimes I just want to see a sister, riding a unicorn or getting ready to slay a dragon. Sometimes I just want to see a brother like in a comedy cooking food and having like a fun time. Sometimes I just want to see Africans turning into were creatures and fighting. I don't know what to tell you, but I absolutely had a fun time with this. It was great. So yes, Amatakun. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably butchering it, but I apologize. But I do really love the comic. I do. And this is from Jaguna Media. Definitely go check this one out.
Nice.
And that is the show, folks. I mean, there was a lot, Robert. There was a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot.
There was a lot. There's a lot of comic books news.
We got time travel. We got were Africans. We've got events that are going to be coming up. That was a dumb. That almost sounded like it took us like where Africans. They in Africa. I don't know what to tell you about that one. We've got events that are going to be coming up in the next couple of months, and there's going to be so much more that we're going to be telling you about in this year. This is I'm going to say this is kind of piggybacking off of Virtuous Con. This is the era of resistance, culture, and community. We're no longer doing this. We're no longer pulling or towing any lines. I don't care about any of that mess anymore. Like y'all have seen me like kind of take off the weights. Yeah, I'm definitely taking off the weights now. Y'all really gonna see it now. Y'all really gonna see it now. I hope y'all are ready.
I mean, I was gonna say I thought the weights were always off. Like,
oh no. I've had the weights on for a little bit. Then at a certain point, I started seeing how some of y'all act online, and just some of y'all just like to hear yourself talk for no apparent reason. Which is the irony that I'm doing this on a streaming show. I understand that. But sometimes like to hear yourselves talk for no apparent reason. Ain't saying a damn thing, but just loud. And I'm just done. For us, by us, this is it. Run it. So on that note, folks, look, be safe. Have a great time. Drink water. And don't forget why you're reading or playing a game, what have you. Yeah, you can have your think piece or whatever. I wish y'all wouldn't. But remember why you're reading it. It's to have fun. The game is to relax you, or you want to get a high score.
Yeah.
Don't forget the love that brought you to whatever it is you're taking in, whatever bit it is you're taking in. Don't forget that. Just don't. Like, because what's the point of doing it all? Stressing yourself out. So. All right, Robert. I gotta get some fried chicken, man. I'm hungry. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all have a very good evening. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Drink water. Fuck ICE and fuck Trump.
Yeah, man.
All right. We'll see y'all later. This Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Hungry Bleak Show is back. I'll be doing a live show. Yes, because I didn't want to get up early this morning to record a show. I'll be honest with you. I slept in. So you're going to get a live show. I'm going to be talking about some of the other comics I've been reading, some other events that will be coming up, and we're going to have a great time. All right. So I'll see you very, very soon, and enjoy the evening or day, night, whatever time it is around you. Just have it. Just have fun. All right. Peace.